Hi guys, so Microsoft Loop launched I think 2 days ago, and the main gist has been how this is going to be the Notion killer. How this application by Microsoft is going to be the one that's going to knock Notion right out of the park. So I just thought I should jump on it for a few minutes, walk through the workspace and see if this actually has the potential to knock Notion out. It has a lot of features that are still going to be coming courtesy of Copilot, but let's do a walkthrough and let's see what Microsoft has to offer with Loop. Now you can sign up and be one of the users that are going to test it in preview. So I've already signed up and let's dive in. Just like Notion, you can create workspaces. You can have different workspaces, but they have this kind of cool welcome screen where you can click the add new workspace button and create a new workspace. So let's create a new workspace. Let's say my first workspace. Okay, I think if you click this, you can add an emoji. Yeah, you can add an emoji similar to what you get in Notion. The emoji you can just have hanging somewhere around here at the bottom of the banner. I'm just going to put this very happy guy because I'm feeling optimistic about this. Let's click create. Okay, so we're in our workspace, and I believe you can click this drop down here to create to browse through your workspaces and also create a new workspace. So here in the workspace, you add pages just like in Notion, and you can scroll down and use templates. Here are templates for any type of page you want to create. For example, if I click this and I use this template, you see it gives me the template for a project brief. So this is a very good starting point. Your teammates are going to think that you did a lot of work to get this all set up, but this is just one of the quick ways that Loop can help you to get things done. So just like we did here, we can add a sub page to this page. Let's add a new sub page. Let's call it test page. Sorry, I don't really have great ideas for page names right now. And let's see how this works. So just like Notion, and as you can see, there's a lot of Notion-like stuff going on here. This interface is very familiar to Notion, and also you use the this just how you do in Notion. Use the forward slash to get components. So I can say I want an H2. Let me see if I can do two. Yeah, good. On H2 and say section 1. Section 1. Then I have another one and say section 2. Another that I can under section 1 I can have a subsection, give that an H2. Oh sorry, an H3 and say subsection. So it's just similar to Notion. I think that this is actually a strategy so that it can be easy for people that are using Notion to easily port to Loop, but stay within Loop because of the advanced features that are going to be coming through Copilot, and something I will be checking out later called the Notion, or rather the Loop components. That's a very huge game changer that Microsoft has brought into Loop. But for now, let's just keep playing around. Let's look at what the table looks like. We have a table quite similar to what you find in Notion. You can click the column and change the column type. Let's see what we have there. What we have here rather. We have number, we have date, we have person. Let's leave this as text and change the column name to something like name. Let's have age here. So I'm just going to change the column name to number. To add a new column, let's see how we can do that. I click this. I know Notion just has something here, but I'm not. No loop components. Yeah, so I'm really finding it. So I'm struggling to create a new column here. Let's see. Insert. Oh yeah, good. Insert column to the right. Okay, column to the. Oh yeah, that's good. The Notion one is more convenient, but yeah, this works as long as you know how to do it. So let's have age here, and here let's just have date for some reason. So we can change this to the date type, to date column type, and that should automatically format this. Yeah, good. So we can change the date to anything we want, and pretty cool, pretty neat. This came automatically. I don't know whether you can remove this serial numbers came, but oh yeah, let's try and delete this and see. Oh, just deleted the row. Let me bring that back. I want to delete this default column. I don't know if I can. Let's see if there's a delete to the left or no. There's nothing like that. Okay, so good. New, we'll create a new row. That is kind of self-explanatory. Let's look at other components we can work with. Let's look at an image. Oh yeah, okay. Image. Okay. So yeah, we can select an image here. We can just select this cake. And yeah, it's in. It's in. So if we go back, let's try and browse the components and see what we really have. So we have the headers, we have the table, we have the checklist. Oh, pretty cool. We have bullet list, task list. We have checklist and task list. Let's check out task list. Oh, cool. You can assign to people. That's nice. You can assign this to people. So how is this different from a checklist? Let's look at the checklist. Checklist. Okay, yeah, your regular checkboxes and tasks. Clean the house, wash dishes. So up until now, everything is just Notion-like. Everything looks like Notion. And let's see if there's any other interesting component. The templates. Oh, yeah, we're still going to come to this, but let's just go. Progress tracker. That's pretty interesting. You can also add people. You can bring, can assign stuff to people and just call out people with this art. And you have the image. So this is still kind of limited, but it's still in preview. So I believe they still have a lot coming. But let's look at some of the few interesting things. For example, there's this voting table. So there's this voting table where you can just generate a poll, a quick poll, and say bread, or rather chicken or fish. Chicken or fish on an airplane. So you can add pros and cons for the different reasons. You should be able to remove this, right? Yeah. So just for added context, you can add pros and cons to the selection, and you can have users around your loop or people that are even within your Office 365 to vote on this. And you can say, yeah, I'm voting for this. Yeah, oh, this doesn't feel right. I just voted for the 2, so this might be a bug or something, but probably I don't know how it works, but I don't think you should be able to vote for 2 things. Maybe there's multiple selection and stuff. Anyway, these are one of the advanced components that they have. Now, one of the very, very interesting parts of Loop, from what they've promised, is that you can just highlight anything. For example, I can highlight this table and click this this kind of hamburger-ish icon by the side and create a loop component. And automatically, as you can see, it converts this to a loop component, and this becomes shareable across the entire Office 365 instance. So I can copy this component and go to something like MS Word or PowerPoint and just drop it there. And the amazing thing about this is that when I have this component and I copy it to anywhere, anyone can edit it according to permissions. And also, when it is updated, the update is going to automatically reflect here. So it's a live component. The component is alive. Anywhere it is, Microsoft Word, MS, PowerPoint, or even Teams, any update made to this component is going to be reflected everywhere. The same goes with the voting table and any other thing that has been converted to a loop component. Like the voting table is already a loop component, so you can share that anywhere. So this is one of the game changers, but I think one of the things that they are advertising as their big selling point is Copilot. We've already seen the preview of Copilot. We've already seen the amazing things it will do. It's powered by ChatGPT, so we know how awesome that is. So Copilot is coming to Loop, and I think that is one of the things that I believe would really, really challenge Notion, because I know Notion has Notion AI. I even did a whole video on that to see if it's worth the $10 subscription. Copilot is obviously more advanced than anything that Notion is bringing out now under Notion AI. So I believe that is one very, very important feature that they might use to, challenge Notion. And Notion yesterday, I believe yesterday or day before yesterday, also released Notion buttons, which you can use to create automations around Notion and also have something close to shareable components. So I think that is another answer that they are probably given to make sure that they stay in competition with whatever Loop has to offer. But like I said, Loop is still in preview, and as we have seen, it looks a lot like Notion, which I feel is intentional, so that you can easily port from Notion. But it's coming with all the Microsoft AI, GPT, GPT-4 features that is really trending right now, and is setting up as a big game changer in work automation. So that's just my run through. There's really nothing so much to look at here, because like I said, basically it looks like Notion. So you can just assume a lot of Notion features, but they are coming with these amazing tools like the loop component, which I just created, the voting table, which is by default a loop component, and Copilot, which is going to be a very intelligent assistant. So let me know in the comment section if you think this has any shot in competing with Notion. Notion has been existing for a while. It has a huge ecosystem, so it's not just about putting out amazing features. Notion has a very budding ecosystem behind it. So is this something that can convince those people that are already invested in Notion like me to switch over? And also, I kind of feel it has some sort of tie in with Office 365. And by the way, its integration with Office 365 is also believed to be one of the things that they want to use to make sure that it's more versatile than Notion, because you can just drag stuff. You can drag pages from Office 365, from Word, from PowerPoint, and just make it one of your sub pages, and also reference people within your Office 365 instance, and also reference your Office 365 documents within this place. Probably that's why they call it loop, because it just kind of loops everything Office 365 into one amazing workspace. So let me know in the comment section if this has any shot of knocking out Notion, and I guess time will tell.